Yes, hello guys, I hope you're all well. This is my first tutorial for Abaqus. I use this software for finite element analysis and I'm really happy with it. It's a very nice software. Yes, you can do a lot with this software. Yes, and as you can see, this is just the basic. Once you load it, it shows you the projects that you are doing. Now, when you install Abaqus, usually it will ask you to set the work directory. So you can always change the work directory from this. Okay, so where you can always go and review where you want to. Like for instance, these are my projects. Okay, these are the ones that I've done lately. There are also other projects here, so you have to select or change the folder. You can do that there. Also, the other thing that I've enjoyed about this software is that you can actually sketch. Okay, you can create a part here you can either use this tree here, or also you can come and create your parts from the tabs. Okay, as you can see here, you create the part. Once you click the part, okay, you'll be told to create your part, to extrude if you want to do a 3D, okay, or an element. If you want to do traces, you just use the 2D. Okay, so easily you can just come here and create your part. Okay, as you can see, if I do create, you can choose 3D, 2D, as asymmetric, axisymmetric, okay, deformable, discrete. Okay, it has so many things. Okay, shell, wire. So all of these things we'll do them as we go. Okay, so the other thing that I've seen in some videos, some people prefer to go through these, adding the properties here and assigning some forces, boundary conditions from this tree. But in my case, I found doing it from here is easy, because once you go to property like that, you create your property. As you can see, when you put your mouse here, okay, it shows you what you want to do. Okay, and the material manager, then you create your section. Okay, and then the other thing that you need to do, you assign your section to the structure that you've just drawn. Okay, this is the second part. Okay, for beams you have to assign the beam orientation. Okay, but for trusses you don't have to. Okay, yes, if you don't assign the beam orientation, you'll get errors when you're submitting the job for analysis. So the other thing that I liked also is about assembly. Okay, you have to create an assembly. So if you come to creating an assembly, okay, yes, you can always, you can come and create here. Okay, but now the problem is I've not created anything. So assembly you can do dependent on mesh, dependent or independent. Independent is always the better option, as you'll have so many degrees of freedom, or freedom to choose the element type that you want. Now once you finished with the element, now the step. Now the step, this is where now you put your, usually there is initial condition, there is initial step. Okay, so for the steps, usually this is already there. This is where you put your boundary conditions. Okay, now you create another step. So you can create as many steps as you want. Okay, but in my case I like to only create two: loading step and the initial step. But we'll do two tutorials for a cantilever beam, in which we'll do the initial we'll do step assigning loads and and boundary conditions on nodes. Okay, loads on nodes and boundary conditions. That's what we'll do, and then we'll do the normal way. We'll see if there is any any difference in the analysis. So we have also the interaction. If you want to do some interaction, this is where you can always put your interactions. Maybe you have a tire or analysis of a tire pressure. Yes, and then the loads, of course, you assign your loads. You have the point loads, you have the distributed loads, you have the varying loads. As you can see, this way you create your load, here you create your boundary conditions. As you can use this part, or you can even come here, direct here, okay, under fields. Okay, yes, so the other thing that you can always do now, once you do all that, you go to mesh directly. Okay, so at mesh, this is where now you can do your orientation, your controls. Okay, so if you use the dependent type of assembly, the controls and the element type, you will not have that freedom of changing. Okay, because under controls, okay, Yeah, it's confusing because I've not done anything. So under controls, this is where you can change. You want the four quad element type, 8 quad, 8 node, 4 node, or even the triangular 6 node. Okay. Yeah. So we'll also do those types of mesh so that you can see if there's a difference in the accuracy. Okay. Even for the element type, we'll do that region, and then you assign your seeds. Okay, seeding, this decides the number of meshes. Okay, you can either decide to seed depending on the size or the number of meshes that you want, but now for Abaqus student edition, the number of nodes are limited to not greater than 1000. Now once you do that, you create your job. Okay, and then now once you create your job, you can create as many jobs. You can even come here, you create the jobs. Okay, and please note that you can also assign you can have different material, different cross-section areas. Okay, for on the same beam. Okay, if it's varying. Yes, even you can also do the shear force diagram. There's so many things that you can do. Okay, so this just being the introduction video, I think I can just it has to be as short as possible. Yes, so this basically this is what we'll do. Okay, you can even come, you get your job manager, you view. Okay, you can view so many things. There are so many things that you can do with Abaqus. Okay, even though it's student edition, there are so many things that you can do. Yes, so stay tuned for the next video. Yeah, thank you.